Hey, what's up? It's your boy Dope Fury. That weekly commentary. I told you guys I'm gonna do this every week. You know? It's another week, and it's another drama in the Tekken community. Surprise, surprise. By now, you've all seen Knee's viral tweet about his problems with Tekken 8. I know I'm late to the party, but Ermac just came out in Mortal Kombat, so you know I had to get on that. The Tekken series has always been about evading your opponent, good movement, sidestepping, backdashing, and deep character knowledge. You know, characters have over 100 moves. You have to really understand which moves are the best, which moves you can punish, and so on. You know, and the more you play, it naturally gets into your system. But Tekken 8 has this rebellious energy, and it just destroys that whole philosophy. Tekken 8 is less about dancing around your opponent, and it's more about grinding them into a pulp. Now, Knee, one of the best players of all time, if not the best player of all time, he's not enjoying it. And this has sent shockwaves throughout the fighting game community. It feels like a dark era for Tekken veterans, the casuals, the developers, and maybe even for Knee himself. But since then, Knee did drop some more positive tweets, kind of apologizing, and he clarified his position. But I wonder, is it too little too late? Because how many weeks is it gonna be of just pluggers and modders and balance and heat and glitches and Tekken shop? Like every week there's something that just pisses everybody off. You know, to me, Tekken 8 is just Tekken 7 on steroids, you know? Like, think of the characters. Reina is annoying to fight, but so is Lydia. Victor was annoying to fight, but so was Noctis and Kunimitsu. Azucena's running knee is annoying, but Fakumram had a similar knee, so all of the new characters don't seem to be the problem. Well, maybe Azucena, but yeah. But after reading Knee's tweets and looking at some of the replies, I don't think poor balance is Tekken 8's biggest problem. That's my biggest problem, but I'm just one person. People seem to really dislike the core elements of the game. People don't like chip damage, they hate the heat, tracking moves, plus frames. You know, the game's really different, and people are not feeling it. Tekken 8 might become less about skill and, you know, character knowledge, and more about who can out-cheese their opponent. Now, to a player like me, you know, I'm just like an online scrub. I don't usually use top tiers. I like using cheap, slimy characters, no matter how low or high tier they are. So I'm kind of used to it. I use Horang in Tekken 7, and I would spam his power crushes, and I would power crush cancel into a grab. Like, I do all the cheap stuff. And I used Eliza as well, so I used to like have a full screen low and fireball. So, you know, getting into Tekken 8 wasn't very hard for me. But me, I'm just like some casual troll online. Knee has been playing Tekken since Tekken 1, bro. Like, he's well-respected, world-renowned Tekken champion. And it's not just him either. Arslan Ash, just a couple weeks ago, he had a bad time on Twitter because he gave his opinion about Tekken 8 as well. So, I think Evo Japan's gonna be a real eye-opener. Could you imagine if Grand Finals is just a Dragunov mirror, and they're both spamming the same garbage we all have to deal with? Like I said, you know, heat and chip damage, they're cool, but they need to be toned down. But my most important issue with the game is just balance, you know? Like, Dragunov doesn't have to be that strong, or if he is, make everyone that strong. You know, I shouldn't have to choose one character. You know, I think that's kind of weird. You know, speaking of only using one character, there's even more Tekken drama, because the whole Tekken prowess system is messing up people's experience in ranked. So we just got past the plugging problem, and now we're on to a new problem. So, you know, in Tekken 7, I made it to Tekken God Prime. That was before they made Tekken God Omega. So yeah, like, I was in the top 1%. And I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm saying that to point this out. I noticed there's not a huge skill gap between blue ranks, purple ranks, or the Tekken God ranks. The only thing that separated them was the characters they chose. When I made it to Tekken God, I was always fighting Devil Jin, Kazumi, Akuma, Paul, all the solid characters that you see in tournament just destroying people. Negan for some reason, you know, like, they're all strong fighters with streamlined gameplay. Like, you just play the flowchart and you win. Kazumi, you do your running 2, Akuma, you play 2D, Devil Jin, he's the perfect Mishima. But at lower ranks, I fought Nina, Horang, Eddie, Bears, Kazuya. Like, these are characters you need deep knowledge to win with. You don't just pick them up, mash buttons and win. You know what I mean? So And they're unique characters. Eddie is not like Horang. Horang is not like Nina. So that's why I saw characters like that in lesser levels. So now here in Tekken 8, I have a low Tekken prowess because I don't play ranked every day. But then people who play ranked, especially if they have multiple characters, oh man, they are having a terrible time. Oh my gosh, the comments I've read, you know, they're fighting people that are like twice their skill level. They're fighting Tekken gods who are using separate accounts or separate characters, and then they're fighting people who are half their skill level and like initiate, disciple. Like, that's got to be stressful. The whole point of ranked is that if I'm a mighty ruler, my next fight should be a flame ruler. You know, why am I fighting a Dragunov Devil Jin who's like Tekken Emperor and he's just flow charting the crap out of me, right? Like, that would piss anybody off. So now there's more drama, people are angry, and yeah, like the matchmaking isn't good. And even when and that's the thing, that's when you get a fight. Some people aren't getting fights for 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 plus minutes just sitting there looking at a screen, fighting a training dummy. Me, I spend my time in player match, so I never have to wait longer than 3 minutes for a fight. But I have sympathy for you guys, man. All the online warriors just trying to get the grind on, I feel you, man. I'm sorry you guys have to go through that. But I still feel optimistic about Tekken 8's future. At the same time, maybe I'm being too optimistic. What I'm afraid of is that Tekken 8 might have the reverse of Tekken 7. See, Tekken 7 started off not the best because Tekken Tag Tournament 2 sold so poorly and got such bad press, you know? But then as time moved on, it exploded and it became more popular, and tournament footage and DLC fighters, and people really got into the game. People liked the story. I mean, kind of like the story, you know? But Tekken 8, it had a wonderful review, 10 out of 10 reviews, all of that. Everyone loved it. But now the cracks are starting to show. So they're fixing these issues, or they're addressing some of these issues over here, over there. But it's like, every time, it's like we're in a boat and there's multiple holes in the boat and the water's leaking in, bro. Even if you patch all of the holes, if you wait too long, you're still gonna sink, and that's how it's starting to look. I'm getting nervous because Tekken is my favorite game. You know, my channel got big off Smash Brothers, then Mortal Kombat, but Tekken is my favorite game. And all these negative experiences and the feedback that the community gives back, you know, casual players and veterans are gonna leave this game. Just like how Mortal Kombat players quit MK1 and came to Tekken, our Tekken fighters are probably gonna leave and go to Street Fighter 6. I don't know where they'll go. They said Virtual Fighter 6 might come out or something. Like, maybe, who knows, man. The future is looking kind of grim, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know how they're gonna sell 10 million copies again if this is how they start. But who knows, man. And then even worse, like, I don't want to sound cynical, I'm not trying to be negative, but maybe they saw what happened to MK1 and they're just like, oh, that's gonna happen to us. We did not make this game perfect, and we hyped this game. So let us just put these microtransactions in. Let's make as much money as possible as we can on the front end, and then worry about the rest on the back end. We can pay off our shareholders and our bosses and our employees, our CEOs and all that, and then we'll just worry about the heat later. No pun intended, you know? I mean, this is a scary possibility. I don't want the game to die, but I'm starting to get a bit worried. But I think we can make it through this rough patch though. And Tekken might become one of the best fighting game series, but if we're being real, I don't think any game's gonna take it away from Street Fighter until they make a new Smash Brothers. And we're all gonna love it for like 1 year, and then we're gonna hate that game too, because that's just how we are in the fighting game community. Am I right? But with that being said, thank you for watching my video this far. Trying to do this weekly. Give me any feedback if you agree, disagree, like or dislike the video. I don't mind. And yeah, you know, share this with your grandma. I'm sure she'll give some 2 cents. Do you think that Tekken can be redeemed, or do you think it's too late? And do you think that the developers are like really messing up the game on purpose? Like, what I mean by that is they put in this microtransactions. Do you think it's just out of greed, or do you think that like this is just part of the rollout? You know what I mean? The whole like putting Eddie behind a paywall. Do you think that's predatory, or do you think that just is how it is? Because I don't think you could play Peacemaker in Mortal Kombat unless you buy him, can you? I don't know. But and at least in Street Fighter 6, they have this thing where you can spend a token and you can play the DLC fighter for like an hour or two. So at least they have that. So I don't know, man. Like, I'm starting to feel worried. But again, I'm still gonna keep playing this game, and I hope you guys too. So once again, thanks for watching the video. Give me that feedback, please, and thank you. And yeah, have a wonderful week. It's your boy, Dope Fury, the one and only, the Almighty. And I will see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day.